Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and the fifth part of this series with Newcastle United. Last time out we had our first real blip in the season, getting smashed 5-1 by our title rivals Liverpool. Joe Willock getting sent off quite early on, but to be honest we were already 2-0 down at that point and it just went from bad to worse. And then following that we were also beaten by Millwall in the FA Cup, so there'll be no Cup silverware this season, and we rounded it off with a 3-2 defeat at home to Spurs, so a real drop in form in that episode. But fortunately we had a really tense 1-0 victory over Brighton. This was not a comfortable game, really evenly matched. Brighton had loads of chances, but we did just about manage to see them off for 3 points and a crucial momentum kicking off, and we then followed that up with a 4-0 victory. This one a bit easier, but still not as easy as I'd like. 4-0 maybe a bit deceptive. Miguel Almiron got the opening goal on 34 minutes, but it stayed quite tense until Alan Saint-Maximin scored a beautiful individual goal, one of those crazy running from the halfway line goals where he charged it down the goal and slotted it in at close range. He made it 2-0 in the 83rd minute and then got a second in stoppage time, and then Ben Brereton Diaz got his first goal for the club in the 95th minute for 4-0. So we really just absolutely tore Aston Villa apart in that late stage. But today we have two season-defining games to play. We're away from home against Manchester City, and then we're at home against Liverpool. From that point on, it's fairly plain sailing to the end of the season. We've got the Chelsea match away, United away, and then Arsenal away. So I will probably, after this episode, play all the way through to these last two games of the season, and we'll see how we're getting on at that stage. But it's today that really matters, and if we have a look at the league table, you'll see why. We're currently 5 points behind Liverpool. We were leading for the first half of the season. You can see in the graph up here, first all this time, and then Liverpool beat us, and we've been second ever since. If we win our game in hand, we go to 59. We're 2 points behind Liverpool. If we beat Liverpool, the title is back in our own hands. We'll go 1 point ahead of them, so we need to win these next two matches in order to put the destiny of the title back within our own grasp. So huge game today. For this, I'm going to try and put out the strongest team I possibly can. I mean, this is my favourite first 11. We've got a couple of players risking suspension. Trippier, Target and Joe Linton could all be missing the Liverpool game if they don't quite get through this one without picking up a booking. But we're going to play with Saint-Maximin, Almiron and Isaac as the front three, Joe Linton, Bruno and Soumare in the centre. Then Target, Botman, Garcia and Trippier in defence with Pope in goal. I'm pretty happy with this team, pretty happy with the bench, but Man City are a very different prospect. And while it was great to beat them at the Etihad earlier in the season, or beat them at St James's Park earlier in the season, this is just a whole different ball game because they've got Erling Haaland up front this time. He was missing last time, but there he is, the number 9. Grealish, Mahrez, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Rodrigo. I mean, it's just such a strong team. Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, Walker, Ederson. This is everybody at their full strength there for this game. So, going to be a tough one. Oh, we're nearly 15 minutes in and no highlights yet in this game. Very cagey start, very little expected goals at this point, so clearly not a great game for the fans. Very even in possession, but just so cagey. Look at that, a 0.15 expected goal between us, but there's a chance here with Mahrez. It's been lost there for them, but they've recovered it in defence. Now Cancelo out to Grealish. He's got players in the centre. He holds it up, ball across. Mahrez goes down in the box. Nothing given, but Haaland's stolen the ball. Gundogan to Grealish. And he has just slotted it into that bottom corner. Perfectly placed ball there from Grealish. Just past the keeper. More of a pass than a shot. Haaland winning the ball. That was a real chopper. I don't know what Saint-Maximin was doing. Gundogan into Grealish. One touch. And look at that for a finish. Pope sort of fell over onto his own arse there. Not the best from him, I have to say. But they have now got the lead, Man City, and that is the worry. It's a game of fine margins, I think, this match. And at the moment, Haaland going down again, but no penalty given. There's a couple of times City players gone down the box for that penalty being given. Now Rodrigo, it does seem to be all City at the moment. Grealish cross, and there's Erling Haaland doing what he always does. His 31st goal in all competitions makes it 2-0. Rodrigo's ball there, over the top. Grealish was there, brought it down, put it across. Soumare did get a touch on it, but he just put it into the path of Haaland, and it is now 2-0. Maybe this is a sign that we are not quite ready to take on the Premier League title challenge with the strength of Liverpool and City. We're probably a few big signings away, but one good summer, and who knows. Here's Almiron, puts the ball across, cleared out. Soumare back to Botman. Now targets Soumare, looking out wide. Comes down, Trippier's stolen it, he's in on goal, but it's a tame shot at Ederson, and Trippier really needs to work on getting some power behind those efforts, because he's not quite been scoring enough, I think. He's had, I think, 1 free kick this season that he scored, but otherwise he has not managed to put it off. So Maximum a little bit anxious after that team talk, but I'm afraid that really was terrible from the team. Now Pellegrini from the corner, and it is over the bar, fortunately for us. Now Soumare's won the ball, he plays it out wide for Saint-Maximin, tries to cut inside, he's still on goal, and was that against the post or was that against Ederson? But either way, it was a good run, but the finish wasn't quite good enough. And we are now slightly running out of time. We need a goal soon if we're going to really put pressure on them. And here's Bruno giving the ball away. Laporte goes forward, Soumare. Now Botman trying to play it forward from defence. Bruno finds Almiron, beautiful ball, and there's Isaac, but the flag is up. Now, is that actually offside? It didn't look offside. Let's have a look. Goal disallowed. That's such a shame. He must have just been standing offside there. And it is still 2-0. That would have been a perfect time to get a goal back. Really put City under pressure for the rest of the game, but they got a chance here with Haaland. Taking it down the left flank, he pulls it back. Joelinton doesn't quite win the tackle, and Pellegrini's shot, and Pope has allowed that to go past him. He really should have been saving that, Nick Pope. Now, I would put that down as 2 errors for Pope, from my perspective, in this game. And I think sometimes in these big matches, he doesn't always show up. I mean, there's no excuse for that. That is genuinely terrible from Nick Pope. And it is now 3-0. That is basically game over for us. So we may as well start to look at rotating players for the Manchester United game now. Trippier, I think, can probably come off for Fabian Schär, and Isaac has got a goal out of nowhere there. Just still going to make these changes, but Dan Burn just come on the pitch, plays it short to Joelinton, ball over the top, and Isaac just has Laporte on toast, gets inside and dinks it past Ederson for 3-1. There is still 13 minutes left. If we get another goal in the next 10 minutes, then it's going to be a very nervous finish to this game for Man City. They've taken Haaland off now. Do we have time for another goal here? They're just running down the clock a little bit. Free kick, Gomez takes, and Schär gets it away. But that looks like it might be all she wrote at this point. So Maximan's corner, and it's just gone wide. Not quite enough on it there to steer it goalwards, and it looks like a 3-1 defeat for us. Really poor run of form lately. But against these big teams away from home, it's always going to be tricky. The real test will be if we can beat Liverpool at home. If we can get the win at home, the title race is still on, because City aren't our challengers really for the title. It's Liverpool, and who knows, maybe Liverpool have slipped up as well. But a 3-1 defeat there, I'm going to say I'm not happy. Try and fire them up for the next game against Liverpool. And you can see at the moment we are still just 5 points behind. So if we beat Liverpool next, we go 2 points behind them, and it's still all to play for. Liverpool playing in the FA Cup had to go to extra time, which does bode well for us going into the next game. So let's get to that next match against Liverpool and see if we can get the win. We are ringing the changes for this game against Liverpool. I've just noticed Kieran Trippier is unhappy we didn't reach the latter stages of the FA Cup, but here we are in a Premier League title chase. But yeah, quite a few changes for this game. We're bringing Dan Burn in central defence alongside Eric Garcia. Willock's also coming into midfield for Joelinton. Otherwise, the team is largely the same. Bit of rotation in the substitutes bench as well to give us some fresh options for this Liverpool game. But you can see they're starting with Taremi, Diaz and Salah in their front three. Then Henderson, Elliott and Thiago. And And then the back four pretty established, but with Alexander-Arnold out. We do owe Liverpool some revenge here, so hopefully we can deliver it, because they smashed us at Anfield. But they're always just such a tough opponent to take on. If they win today, they open up a massive gap at the top. Ooh, very close there for Mehdi. They open up a massive gap at the top. They would go, I think, 8 points clear with a win. And that would almost be the title over at that point. But here's Isaac in on goal, and it's denied. The flag goes up. Very close there for Isaac. An early goal would do us wonders. Here's Trippier with a corner, and it's just wide there. I think that was Bruno's header just flashing past the side of the goal. But we've definitely come fighting today after that City defeat, because even if Man City win their game in hand, they would still be a good way behind us, especially if we won this game, which is what we're really hoping for here. Close that gap at the top down to 2 points, and then who knows for the rest of the season what we can achieve. But the game is just ticking along here. Liverpool with more of the possession. They've got a corner. Elliott takes it. Cleared away. Comes to Elliott once more. Tries to take it to the edge of the area. And that is denied there from Nick Pope. A very good save there after his errors in the previous game. Elliott with the corner. Cleared away. There's Thiago to Salah. Now Virgil van Dijk is not going to pull the trigger at the edge of the box like that. But Liverpool definitely pushing here. And we maybe need to step it up a little bit more in the second half. But I'll take a 0-0 at half-time against Liverpool. Told the team I'm not happy. They've reacted well to it. Liverpool bring Joe Gomez on for Virgil van Dijk. Is that going to disrupt their defence to our advantage? That's the question. Our team looks all right at the moment. A little bit of tiredness creeping in. But here's Almiron in a good position. He's got 3 in the box to aim at. He's put it in, and Isaac's header comes to Saint-Maximin here, who runs inside like he always does. And Isaac had a chance there, but he hit it straight against the defender on the line. And so no goal there. Botman with a free kick plays it in, and it's over the top. I'm not sure why Botman's taken free kicks, but there you have it. I wonder if that's a glitch in the game, because Trippier is meant to be taking all of the free kicks. Arsenal winning, closing the gap, gone above Man City now. We're into the last 10 minutes here. It's not the most exciting game in the world. Gomez out to Tsimikas. Plays it over top. Dan Burn back to Pope. Now Longstaff out to Saint-Maximin. This looks pretty good, but we've given the ball away. And now Luis Diaz is in behind. He's got Darwin holding back. He's gone for goal himself. And it is just pushed out for a corner. I'm going to make a couple of changes here. See if we can just get things ticking up top. We don't have good strikers, so we're going to leave Isaac on there. Try and make the changes. Ball goes in from the corner. It is cleared away. Always a risk to make substitutions at a corner, but we survived that one. Another corner to Liverpool. That one not going anywhere though, and we're into the last few minutes here. Can we just get that last minute goal that we need? Elliott with the free kick. He's got an opportunity here to make himself a hero for the Liverpool fans. He plays it short to Darwin Núñez. It's cleared away, and there's Pope with the ball. That could bode well for us. We're in possession in a highlight in the last minute. Pope launches it forward. Fabinho away. Now Isaac. Back to Garcia. He's given the ball away to Darwin, but we win it back. Brereton Diaz to Longstaff to Isaac. Out wide to Saint-Maximin. He's got players arriving in the middle. He pulls it across, and Joe Willock is there for the winner. 89th minute goal. We are ahead against Liverpool in the 90th minute. Excellent stuff by the team. This is why we don't back down from attacking. Saint-Maximin beats the defender, gets to the byline, and this time instead of shooting, he pulls it across, and Joe Willock is there to smash the ball into the back of the net, and we are leading Liverpool and closing that gap at the top down to 2 points as it stands. Now, can we see this out into the last minute of added time? And the whistle goes. We have got the victory over Liverpool, getting revenge for that 5-1 defeat. A very tense game, but a massive, massive win. And that really does open that title race back up. We're one Liverpool slip up away from taking back the top of the table. We're 6 points clear of Arsenal, 7 points clear of Man City, even though they beat us. And we are very clear in the Champions League places, 17 points clear there. So very little doubt about Champions League football next season. It's all about now whether we can win that title. So looking at that schedule of what we've got to come, we've got a few more vanilla games coming up. There's a Chelsea Man United games there, but I'm basically going to see how we get on, and if it's looking pretty tense, we might stop in a bit early, but otherwise this looks like the kind of running where you need to push to the end of the season and see where things stand. But if you did enjoy that double header today, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.